North America's water systems are crumbling. Chicago had 3,800 leaks in its water system in 2011. Toronto, 1,400. Each day, there are over 850 water main breaks in North America, about one every minute. Buffalo, New York, and Montreal, Quebec lose 40% of their treated water daily. They are not alone. 40% water loss is considered normal in the industry and part of running an aging water system. But there are a few maverick cities where leaking infrastructure is no longer acceptable, too costly, and where water is more precious than ever. Lago Vista sources its water from Lake Travis, one of a chain of 6 lakes along the Colorado River. The water level is down about 61%. Lake Travis has not recovered from a drought in 2011, which makes water conservation more important than ever. The city of Lago Vista looked to the experience of the natural gas industry, where leak-free systems are critical to public safety. For some 40 years, the gas industry has used high-density polyethylene pipe, or HDPE. It is the industry standard and has proven to be safe, leak-free, and to last for decades. Lago Vista is on the cutting edge of switching entirely to polyethylene. In 2009, it became the second city in the U.S. to adopt an HDPE-only policy. In Lago Vista, apart from fire hydrants and meters, nothing goes into the ground unless it's polyethylene pipe. As a growing bedroom community for Austin, Texas, the infrastructure is being laid in for new subdivisions. Old legacy pipe, ductile iron, and PVC is being replaced with polyethylene. Dave Stewart has been with the city for 27 years.
What the city is looking at and has been doing when it adopted HDPE is trying to conserve water in its distribution system.
We're not having leaks with the HDPE like we do with PVC. We have no splitting issues, no issues with seams leaking or joints leaking. With HDPE, you're able to make sweeping corners that you cannot do with PVC pipe. It's so versatile that you can actually, as you can see behind me, you can see how flexible this pipe is, and it just makes it that much simpler to install.
The pipe is made from hydrocarbons. In the field, it is fused together with heat. This creates an impermeable bond that is stronger than the pipe itself. Nothing gets out, and nothing gets into the water system. And HDPE has a lifespan of 100 years. Lee Wallace is a crew supervisor on call 24/7 for leaks to legacy pipes.
I like working with HDPE pipe because of the strength and the durability of it. Also, just because, you know, it's guaranteed to be a 100-year pipe. You know, if we put it together right, we bed it right, we should never come back and look at it again. Never have to be on a leak, never have to be on a breakage. It should take care of itself.
As part of the shift to polyethylene, a city department was created that acts like an internal construction company. They look after everything polyethylene: logistics, planning and construction of new infrastructure, and replacing pipe that is deteriorated.
Our rough calculations show that our upfront costs are about 8% more, but our installation is a lot faster.
We've come up with a system where we fuse all of our stringers together previous to our trencher showing up or digging trenches. We try to keep up with the saw so we don't have any open trenches. This HDPE is great because it goes so quick. It goes together a lot faster than PVC. We've probably saved the city over $500,000 in the last, say, 4 years by doing all of this construction ourselves. Now that we've got a lot of time and a lot of footage under our belt, it has become a lot easier to install, and the crew, my crew loves it. They love it because it's so much simpler than PVC.
90% of gas distribution systems installed in the U.S. are polyethylene pipe. 4% of water systems being installed are HDPE.
The biggest barrier that I see is that it's new and nobody knows enough about it. We get a lot of phone calls from people who are thinking about using it or run into scenarios where they just don't trust the legacy pipe systems. We've run this pipe above ground, sitting in concrete cradles, had the pipes there for 10 or 12 years now, never had a problem with them.
Lago Vista is not alone. Polyethylene pipe dominates the natural gas industry, and it's used for petrochemicals, in oil fields, landfills and mines, marine environments, and in potable and wastewater. Todd White has worked with polyethylene pipe for 17 years.
Anywhere you got movable shifting ground that can pull your bell spigots apart, polyethylene is resilient to that. Your ground moves on the outside of the pipe. In California, they love it because of earthquakes, because it can shake, and even in San Antonio, we had a big flood one time. The only thing left in the floodwater in the big gaping hole was a piece of 6-inch polyethylene. It was still working. It was a potable water line, and it was still working after a massive flood wiped out over 25 feet of earth. It was pretty phenomenal. As far as polyethylene goes, people who have just got to be a little bit more open-minded about it. In the applications in the industry, nobody likes change. They're just going to have to learn to accept change because our water supply is getting shorter by the day.
Well, if all the communities up and down the lake had fused pipe, basically 10% of the water that the municipalities and the water supply corporations are using would remain in the lake.
Our city is actually on the cutting edge of trying to conserve as much water as possible, that in where we help our community give their supply, but also give back to our state, you know, in this world without having to waste it. So I don't know how many other communities can say that, but we're trying.